Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just before we get started, I've got to say congratulations going out to Bukayo Saka, who's been nominated for the 2022 Copper Award. Now, what that award is like the equivalent Ballon d'Or, but for under 21s. And of course, Saka had a great season for Arsenal, England international regular, and definitely deserves to be in that. So well done going out to Saka. Also, congratulations to Vivian Miedema and our very own Beth Mead as well. Both of them nominated for the Ballon d'Or. So our ladies there really making a strong showing there. And hope that, possibly Beth Mead, she's got to have a good shout for that, hasn't it? After what she did in the Euros and also what she's done for Arsenal in the league. So congratulations going out to those two. And also well done going out to Marquinhos. Playing again for the under-23s yesterday against West Ham. Arsenal beating West Ham by 3-1. 2 goals again by Marquinhos. That's 3 now in 2 outings. He's really, really impressing. Now, it looks like, bringing him in, we heard Edu saying that I've spoken to his family. I've told him they're going to have to be patient. They've got a clear plan for him, which looks to be to sort of bring him through the under-23s. But he could be like another Martinelli where, they just quickly discover that, hey, you know what, maybe this guy needs to be just fast-tracked straight away through into the first team. He's a confident player. He's got blistering pace and has really started off his Arsenal career well. So well done going out to Marquinhos. And well done to this guy as well, to BROOKE NORTON-CUFFY, who signed a brand new contract, confirmed brand new contract at Arsenal now, the 18-year-old. He's probably going to go out on loan, but he's really earned his contract, and well done to him. We know we got another top right back there coming through the ranks, so that's really, really good to see. I spoke about this yesterday on the show. Commiserations going out to Reiss Nelson. Confirmed yesterday by Mikel Arteta that he suffered a muscle injury, a quad muscle injury that's going to keep him out of the team possibly for a couple of months. So what are Arsenal going to do now in that right back situation? Because the right wing situation, because there was a lot of talk, of course, that he was going to be given a chance this season to stay. There's also been lots of linking us to lots of different players who play in that position. Is the fact now that Reiss Nelson is definitely going to be out for a couple of months hasten the fact that we need to get somebody in that position? Now, Cody Gakpo has been one of the people that has been heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. Does play out wide. I've been speaking about it on the show all week and all last week, but now we're starting to hear that Arsenal kind of cooled interest in Cody Gakpo, and Manchester United are way ahead. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people saying now Manchester United clear favourites to sign Cody Gakpo. Looking like Arsenal sort of retreating on this one, a bit like how it was with Lisandro Martinez. Of course, Man United with a Dutch manager. He knows the Dutch market. He knows the Dutch players. And that will help them. But it's looking like Arsenal sort of cooled interest on Cody Gakpo. Another one of these players that sort of when he was first being spoken about, the valuations were around about in the sort of mid-20 millions. And now we're starting to creep up towards £40 million. And it looks like Arsenal probably cooling interest on that. I don't know if it's just because of the money. It's maybe because they're looking at other targets. And is that other target Yeremi Pino? Now, there's been lots of talk about him this week. The 19-year-old who's got a £67 million release clause, but it's been said that he could be let go for a lot less, anything from between 30 to 40 million pounds. And Arsenal given a huge boost yesterday when his manager, Unai Emery, of course, ex-Arsenal manager, was being asked about Yeremi Pino in a press conference, and these were his quotes. He says, if an offer arrives for players like Yeremi Pino, then he will have to leave. We have a responsibility to the club, and it is what it is. So is that guy that we're going to go after in that position Yeremi Pino? Is he going to be the guy that Arsenal target to try and bring in that position? He's still only 19. But he's said to be one of the hottest prospects in Spanish football. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. And what will happen to Nicolas Pepe? We always talk about, bringing in players that can play on the right-hand side and stuff like that. Well, that Pepe, I mean, what must he be sitting thinking? He's still a bit part player. You can still see that, Mikel Arteta still doesn't really, really fancy him. What's going to end up, is he going to move on this season? There's still not been any offers at all for Nicolas Pepe. Really, it's crazy, isn't it? Our most expensive signing hasn't really done it at Arsenal, and there doesn't seem to be many suitors for him at the moment. But could he leave before the end of the transfer window? And certainly if we're to go after players like Moussa Diaby, which is another player that we've been linked to, I've been studying and really trying to really look deep down in these links. And I have to say, at the moment, the sources look a bit weak to me. I need to see something a bit more definitive on this before I can start getting excited and saying, oh, look, it does actually look like we're after Moussa Diaby. In my books, just looking over some of the rumours that I've seen, they don't look strong to me. But make no mistake, that would be a signing that would excite me if Arsenal were to move for him. It would be £50 million plus. He's a French international. He had a fantastic season last year for Bayer Leverkusen. But again, let's wait and see. Still a few weeks to go before the end of the transfer window. Are Arsenal going to pull a big one out of their hat before that window closes? Listen, quality will help us to get into that top four. And the more quality we got in that team, the better. And that includes keeping our players. Now, TIERNEY, for the past few days, has been heavily linked with a move away to Manchester City. Even though they signed Sergio Gomez, the rumours have still been out there linking TIERNEY with a link. But that's been put to bed now. Pep Guardiola yesterday, his quotes speaking to a publication, he said, listen, the moment that we decided to sign Sergio Gomez to join the first team, the debate for another left back was over. So TIERNEY going nowhere, and I don't think he was going anywhere anyway, but these rumours were, flooding the place that Manchester City were going to come in for him. TIERNEY going nowhere. And also glad to hear this news, if true. 90 Mins, they claim that Arsenal are in talks with William Saliba's representatives over a brand new contract. And I can tell you what, that is needed after, his display last week. And listen, he's a top talent, still only 21. Currently has got, as I've discussed many times on the show, only has 2 years left on his current contract. At the moment on £36,000 a week, which to me and you seems like a lot of money to a footballer of his caliber, young, that is well sought after by clubs right around Europe. That's nothing. They're going to have to up that money significantly and offer him a longer term contract. As I said, even though he's only got 2 years left on his deal, when you've got a hot player, a hot prospect like William Saliba, you need time down to longer. After this season, he could have a great season, and then he starts to drift into 1 year left and becomes very, very vulnerable to a lot of other clubs for a very cheap price. So hopefully that news coming out from 90 Mins is true, and that Arsenal are working on a brand new contract for William Saliba. We know they're also working on one for Saka as well. We've got to tie down these youngsters. They are the future of Arsenal. And another player who looks like he won't be coming to Arsenal is this guy, Sandro Tonali. We've spoken about him even up to yesterday. Still lots of linking him with a move to Arsenal, even though he was such a key player for AC Milan in their, winning of the Scudetto last year in Italy. He has told Set Magazine in an interview that he definitely wants to stay and is staying at AC Milan. So that one seems to be dead in the water. Certainly from day one seeing that one, I'm just like, why would he leave AC Milan? Although the one thing at the moment that can get these players away from big clubs like this, even though they've got Champions League football, is the strength of the Premier League and the money that the Premier League clubs, including Arsenal, have at their disposal in comparison to clubs over there in Serie A and La Liga and the Portuguese league and German and all those. They just cannot compete with the amount of money the Premier League clubs have got. So deals are still doable like that. But Tonali saying that he wants to stay at AC Milan. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Notice I didn't mention Tielemans today. I've been staying away from that one. I mentioned it now. Staying away from that one today. But I'll be back tomorrow with all the transfer rumours. Don't forget to subscribe here to AFTV and check out all of our content around Arsenal versus Leicester. Thanks for watching.